Well, this is Wednesday, September the 11th of 2024. You have reached high voltage. And we are on page 75 of Ask Not. The Kennedys and the women they destroyed. Now, just to let all of you know, this is a variety show. So I'm not a constant book reviewer. If you want to take a look at The Exorcism of Annalise Michael, I read most of that book, but it took 6 months. So the other channels that read Ask Not are way ahead of me. We've read all of this. We're on page 75. At the end of these chapters, Mary Richardson and Kennedy, when we get to page 110, I'm going to review all of the videos under Ask Not, and I think there's 58 of them because I also include shorts. However, that's where I'm getting my questions from. The videos that I've put up. Nothing more, nothing less. And the way I'm looking at this is high school, college. I'm reading a book. I want to check for understanding, to see if people who are watching this are retaining the information in which I'm trying to share. Now, so I have to go to the store, but before I do, let's just finish Mary Richardson now, and I am going to finish it until we get to Kennedy. Then I'm going to the store. Then I'm coming back. And then I am reading about Kennedy, which is not very long. And then we're going to read about Mary Jo. I'm sure all of you remember Ted Kennedy literally got away with. And I want to talk about his psychology very much. So 2-minute, 58-second introduction. I'm picking up at page 75 of Ask Not. I am reading only, okay? Okay. And then one night at an art gallery in Manhattan, it was as if Bobby truly saw Mary for the first time. It was 1993, and Bobby was a father now with 2 children, both under 10, a boy and a girl. He was recently divorced from Emily, he said. Would it have mattered if Mary knew that he was lying? Do I even need to ask that question? Of course it would have mattered. It was as if Bobby truly saw Mary for the first time. Okay. He was recently divorced. And don't forget, he had 2 children, both under 10, 1 boy, 1 girl. How many children did Bobby F. Kennedy Jr. have with his first wife? Under 10, a boy, and a girl. Hint, hint. And if nobody participates in this questions and you don't want a free $25 Amazon certificate, then there's something wrong. If I came across a YouTube channel that was giving away $20 worth of an Amazon ticket, I'd be glued. But that's me. That's me. Those things excite me. Okay. Anyways, so Mary knew he was lying. that he and Emily were not, in fact, divorced. So they were not divorced. Boy, he's a smoothie, eh? Okay. What? Would it have mattered if Mary knew Emily's side, that Emily loved Bobby and had stuck with him through his heroin addiction? Well, lo and behold, it can happen to the rich. So, I'm stopping right here in reference to... No, I'm not stopping. I'll talk about it after. Oh, his heroin overdose. All right, it gets better. Trust me. His overdose and arrest, the rehab stint in New Jersey, the serious health issues to follow, the 5 months long hospitalization that in 1992, after 10 years of marriage and 2 children, Emily and Bobby had separated over none of those issues, but over his constant infidelities. Who else was, I was going to say Fidel. Who else committed adultery in the Kennedy men? Oh, let's think. Well, Joe Sr., Joe Jr., Jack, Bobby, Ted. I don't know if JFK did. I have no idea. What is wrong? This family, the big question that I have at the end is that old Kennedy curse, or the best written answer to explain. It's not a curse, everybody. It is not a curse. There's 3 letters I want you to remember. If you take anything from today's reading, take this. We're born, and there's something that happens in the middle, and then we all have an expiration date, like milk. Molotchko in Ukrainian. It starts, well, it's the consonant C. Choices. Birth, choices, and the natural ending. So it wasn't a curse. Look at the choices the men have made. And I'm going to write a little essay on what I think, and if I can do it, then anybody can. You know, I always wanted to be a teacher, and I was a trainer at Jenny Craig. Anyways, okay. So he had a heroin overdose, and the reason Emily left was because the infidelities. I mean, could you imagine? JFK gave Jacqueline Bouvier Kennedy chlamydia. Chlamydia doesn't have symptoms, okay? No symptoms. And that is what caused like 90%, in my opinion, the stress. She was tiny, had nothing to do with smoking. Her husband gave her, you know what? And that's why she had, 2 or 3 miscarriages, a stillborn. The woman, and she's the heroine of the story. Okay, so back to Mary. Mary had always been in love with the Kennedys, because remember, they have a huge mythology. It's all myth, smoke and mirrors, like the royal family, may I add. But it's not Prince William's fault he was born in that position. Everybody keep that in mind, because it will matter in the video I do later on today, addressing upstairs, downstairs. And Trevor, I'm going live when I get back from the store. I bought you a book. It was a donation book. It went to the Cancer Society, and I bought it for you. It's a good read, and it teaches you how to build things. I don't know what this is, but I thought Trevor would like it. So Trevor, where the heck are you, my friend? You're back in school. That's what it is. Okay. So Mary had always been in love with the Kennedys. Now she had the chance to be one. She had liked JFK Jr., but there had been no real interest on his side. Besides, JFK Jr. was kind of square, in her opinion, dull. There was nothing dull about Bobby, and there was nothing cynical about their romance. They found solace in each other, these fatherless children who had struggled so. Bobby with drugs, and, as Mary would learn, with an absentee, often rageful mother. So why did the Kennedy men have issues with women at a subconscious level or a conscious level? Because with an absentee, hostile, rageful mother. Soon Mary would realize all too well that the family she so idolized had its own secrets. You think? And Bobby wasn't exactly the favored son. He had been kicked out of the famous boarding schools and fobbed off to Lem Billings, his Uncle Jack's best friend, himself so desperate for I was on a roll. Oh, that's a word I don't know how to pronounce. Proximity. Okay. That he used drugs with Bobby Jr., the namesake son, spent his informative years fairy crying out for maternal attention, but nothing could rally Ethel. Not his alcoholism, nor his heroin use, not his expulsion from boarding school because his friends feared. He was one overdose away from dying. Not even the incident where he'd spat ice cream in the face of I remember this, in the face of cop on Cape, he spit ice cream in the face of a cop on Cape Cod. Now, do you think that Robert De Niro,